it's Stephanie, and today I wanted to talk about all the books that I am planning on reading in September. I don't usually do TBRs just because recently I have just been more free about DNFing and really hate when I do a whole TBR and then my wrap up is just none of those books. But this month is different because all of these are buddy reads or things I have to read for book club, so things that I have commitments with that I at least have to try to read. They are all absolutely gigantic, so I'm a little worried. This is my most ambitious TBR for a month, but these are all books I am really excited to get to and people I am really excited to be doing buddy reads with. So here we go. The first book I'm reading is for my book club. I suggested we read Like Water for Chocolate. This was translated by Carol and Thomas Christensen. The story, Like Water for Chocolate, is a story from Mexico, and it is about a girl who realizes that she has the power to transfer her emotions into the food that she cooks. She is the youngest woman in her family, and of course she falls in love with the boy and they want to get married, but her mom says no, because it is tradition that the youngest daughter, her role in life is to take care of the mom in her old age, and she is not allowed to get married. So instead, the mom marries off the youngest's boyfriend to an older sister of hers. And the youngest sister, the main character in this story, has to make like their wedding banquet food. And so she cooks, she bakes the cake, she makes all the food for their wedding, and of course she is very depressed, very distraught. And at the wedding, as people are eating this food, they are just overcome with this feeling of depression and despair, and everyone at the wedding starts crying and is just really, really sad. And that is how this story starts. I really enjoyed the movie. I know Monse at the Rejected Manuscript called it cheesy, and it is a little cheesy, but I absolutely enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how the book compares. The next book I am doing as a buddy read I am doing with Kate Howe over at her channel, and we are going to check out some Hemingway. We are reading For Whom the Bell Tolls. I am going to go into this book not knowing a whole lot about it plot-wise, and I'm totally okay with that. I feel like Hemingway is one of those authors people have like very hard opinions on. They either love him or they hate him. So I am interested to see what Kate and I end up thinking of Hemingway. The next book I am buddy reading is also absolutely gigantic. I am buddy reading this with Michael over at Knowledge Lost and Hilary at YrRobotFriend, and we are going to tackle Dr. Zhivago by Boris Pasternak. This is the translation that Michael does not approve of, and this is the translation by Richard Pevere and Larissa Volokhonsky. But I just got it because it had the pretty cover. I'm really excited to read this. This is one of my parents' favorite movies ever, so I feel like I have really fond memories of the story. I am just really excited to read this book. I don't read a whole lot of Russian literature, and I feel like that needs to change. The next book I am buddy reading, it's going to be my first buddy read with Julie from A Girl in a Book, and we are going to do Broken Monsters by Lauren Bukes. This is a mystery thriller. It is about a detective in Detroit, and she comes to a crime scene, and the crime scene is this grisly setup of half the body of a 12-year-old boy and kind of melded into half the body of a deer, and crime scenes like this keep creeping up all over the city, and she is trying to catch this crazy deranged killer, which totally sounds like something we would both like. We're both into kind of darker thrillers and horror, so I am really excited to read this and see if she's an author I keep wanting to check out, and if I do, then I will definitely check out her other book, The Shining Girls. The next book I am reading, I am doing a buddy read with Adam over at MementoMori, and we are going to check out Michael Chabon's Summerland. I am not sure how to classify this book. I think this is kind of young adult, but also I've heard it described as children's lit, but this is absolutely gigantic for it being children's lit. I know it is a fantasy coming of age story. It is about a boy in this, fictional world called Summerland, and it has to do a lot with baseball. So I think Adam and I are both kind of approaching this book with a little trepidation, just because it is very out of our comfort zone. I know Adam is a big fan of Michael Chabon, and this will be the first Michael Chabon I have ever read. So we are very curious, I guess is the right word, to see how this works out for us. The last book I am reading is a buddy read that I am doing with Liz over at Now Voyaging, and we are going to read Joyce Carol Oates' We Were the Mulvaneys. I don't know about her, but this is going to be my first Joyce Carol Oates. I know she's an author a lot of people really enjoy. It sounded like a book that I would really enjoy. I love dysfunctional families and family drama, and I believe this is about a family called the Mulvaneys and a lot of crazy messed up stuff that happens to them. So I am really interested to buddy read this with Liz and to check out some Joyce Carol Oates and see how her and I get along. That's what I'm reading in September. Basically, I'm not going to have a social life. I think every spare moment is going to be spent reading because those books are all averaging around 500 pages. So pray for me. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!